What is going on, Media Kingdom, kings and queens? So today we're going to be reacting to Alicia, you guys, her testimony. This is part 3 of a 3-part video of her standing on trial for the Julio murder and her testifying. Now, this was once again very interesting because a lot of people that were to get a charge like this, they'll never get on the stand and answer some damning questions from defense and prosecution. So y'all, this is the last part about it, and this is where it got really juicy, okay?
And have communication with him. You don't even care if it may be hurtful to your case.
I wouldn't say desperate, because when I did disappear and listened, he texted me from another person and said, "Why are you not listening to me? Why are you not responding? When are you going to get into your big red forehead?" And all these other things. So I started back talking to him.
Sorry for the audio in the beginning.
So now again, you're talking to him because you're still afraid of him, right? Even though he is locked up for first-degree murder charges and cannot go near you.
I didn't say physically come to me. I'm talking about other people.
You take advice from him, don't you?
I listen to it.
He discusses the case with you many, many times. Isn't that true?
Yes, because he knows I don't know, so he tries to make sure I know everything.
In fact, he tells you to kind of stay strong because the state thinks you're the weaker link. Has he told you that before?
Yes, he told me that.
Have you responded to him on, let's see.
Wait, the weaker link, meaning that she's gonna rat? You rat whore? Like, you get what I'm saying? I guess that's what she's referring to. Like, she'll break and snitch. That's what she means by weaker link.
Recently is June 27th of 2000 and dead. You're listening to Jacksonville and they don't solve shit. I'm just lost because this is all pointless.
Said what?
Did you say to him, half of their witnesses are dead. You're listening to Jacksonville and they don't solve shit. I'm just lost because this is all pointless.
Yes, I told him, and that's my opinion. I don't understand why I'm here. It's really about them.
So you're still talking about what you're charged with
She
him.
is a bold
Yeah,
bitch.
he's aware.
Oh my God. That Alicia is a bold type of bitch. Damn. That girl said, that's what I think, and that's what I'm standing on it. And I'm standing on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. Like, she don't give a fuck. She never minded.
So I can say that.
And he tries to tell you what you should do in your case, right? And he tries to tell you what is the plan about the Airbnb. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Yeah, and I don't control him, so he talks about what he wants to talk about.
Don't you say in response to him telling you all that, you don't got to say all that. Don't walk me through those stops. You said that, right?
Yeah, I stop him when he talks about the case because I already kind of know that. So he tries to let me know, and I already know.
It's not because you've already discussed what you two are going to say that you're on some kind of vacation to Tampa.
No, we haven't.
That's not what you're referring
talked
to?
about that. No. He's talking about the girl in the Airbnb.
On July 5th, 2025, you didn't tell his mother that you made the defense attorney's investigator so mad because you told him you're not going to leave until you want to, and that they can't tell you who you can talk to, specifically referring to him. Isn't that true?
I was referring to other people too, but him too.
Because you are not going to give him up. Isn't that true?
Like I said, I'm doing what I think I should do to keep him happy.
And that is calling him hundreds of times, multiple times a day.
Yes, you don't see the other messages when he asks us. He says, "Can you call? I need you to call. Are you okay? How are you? How's the baby?"
Girl.
So point, when I say you guys are off and on, there are times where he doesn't want to talk to you. Isn't that true, ma'am?
At times.
And there are times that he blocks you, right?
Yes.
And right before, let's talk about June 17th of 2024, right? This is
Yes.
within a couple of weeks of this happening, right?
I think a couple of days. Yeah.
June 17th, 2024, he blocked you. So you got to resort to a text now chat, right? That's not a normal means of texting on an iPhone, right? This is a special app.
Yeah, that's the app, but pertaining to him, I always text on text now when he blocks me.
So he's blocked you before, right?
Yes, whenever he's mad, he blocks me.
So sometimes he's ended communication and broken up with you, right?
Not broken up, he just goes off for a day or two.
And so can you read to the jury?
Oh, it's blurry, girl.
You texted this person that you're afraid of.
Bitch, you a sicko. Why you blocking me all over a call? I didn't even initiate, trying to act like you mad. And I make people comfortable. I didn't do ish to make nobody feel comfortable. It was out of the effing blue. Why that you acting like it's my problem? You just want to have a reason to talk. So talk to them ugly you talk to every day. You come across you touch them up. You're not even mentally there and stable in the head for no relationship. Even when I didn't do ish to your ass or start a conversation, you still mad. Okay? Oh, this sounded so familiar. Oh, my. When I tell you, once you resort to doing stuff like that, it's time to leave a nigga alone. Alicia, you could have saved yourself for being in a situation like this. We're gonna have to hit you with the why would you do that? I'm sorry.
Now, I know you ain't doing that. I can't believe you did this.
That's why I don't tell you nothing. Because
Why you do that?
I do what?
Why you do that? Why you did that? Okay, because diabolical.
No. Oh, I said, bitch, you a sicko. Why you blocking me over a call I didn't even initiate, trying to act like you mad, and I make people comfortable.
You need to speak. I'm sorry, Miss Andrews. The court reporter's got to take down what you're
My
saying.
bad.
So you got to speak real slow, okay?
I said, bitch, you a sicko. Why you blocking me over a call I didn't even initiate, trying to act like you mad, and I make people comfortable. I didn't do shit to make nobody feel comfortable. It was out the fucking blue. Why the fuck are you acting like it's my problem? You just wanted to have a reason to talk. I messed up when I was typing. To talk to ugly bitches you talk to. Everybody you come across and you touch, you fuck them up. You're not even mentally there and stable in the head for no relationship. Even when I didn't do shit to your ass or start a conversation, you still fucking mad. The fuck. And then I said, and you acting like I'm not pregnant. You gonna talk to me one day, so I don't give a fuck about your attitude. And I said, bye, bitch.
Oh.
So this reconciliation that you're talking about, this is what he is trying to stop communication with you, right?
This is one of the things he do. So when you say stop communication, he just disappears for a day. He doesn't even really mean it. He's gonna pop up the next day and be like, what you doing?
So you weren't trying to make this jury think when you first testified that there was domestic violence in your relationship and this reconciliation was you trying to get back with him and him trying to reconcile with you because of something he did, right?
Wait, can you repeat it?
Yes, I can. You're not trying to make this jury believe that he was the one trying to reconcile with you after he hit you or something, are you?
I don't know what you mean by that pertaining to the message. I'm just cursing them out.
No, I said when you guys get back together, I thought you told the defense attorney on your direct that this was some kind of reconciliation trip. You guys was trying to get back together, right?
It was. After I sent that, he did eventually end up texting me, not on there, but he texted my phone and we're back cool. We always do that.
And why is his little brother coming on this reconciliation trip with you?
I mean, I don't know that. That's something you have to ask him. I didn't know he was even going.
But you know what you were going, right?
Yes, he invited me and I thought it was going to be us two.
And it wasn't, right?
Yeah.
And you get to an Airbnb and you're only there for a day.
Yes.
And you go nowhere except for 3 clubs. Is that correct?
Yeah, and McDonald's.
And
Don't forget the
again,
Mickey
not
D's.
with him and Davian Murphy, right?
Yes.
So what exactly was planned for this trip where you two were going to get back together after fighting?
It wasn't necessarily get back together. It was just to spend time. I didn't have a plan. Oh, if we get down here, go here, go here. If we go out, we go out. If we don't, I would be fine with that too.
So now it's not a reconciliation trip.
No, we are getting back cool, but I'm saying it wasn't a big deal to go out nowhere. That was his decision.
You kind of just testified that he didn't spend any alone time with you that entire night, right?
He was up there, but eventually he would go his own way.
Okay. You said that he didn't go with you anywhere, and you did not go with him to when they first checked out teasers around 10. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was still in the bed at that time.
And you lied to law enforcement in that interview when you said it was just the 2 of you, right?
The 2 of us went because I mentioned Sean too.
You did, but that wasn't until later on in the conversation. When they first asked you about the Airbnb and the door, you specifically said, it's just me and him. Do you remember hearing that?
Yes, I did say that because I meant like when we first came in, it was just me and him.
So again, there was no planned story that if the 2 of you got caught, that it was just going to be you and him on a romantic getaway.
We never talked about caught. Just let them get caught about because I didn't do anything.
So again, no conversation ahead of time if you were to get caught about what your story would be.
He never told me nothing about getting caught. When he got interrogated, he came back and told me that's what happened. And then he said, you don't have to worry about that because we didn't do anything.
When did you have the conversation with him about his interrogation?
When it was the first time they searched his house.
Okay. Before you were interrogated by law enforcement?
Yes, ma'am.
So there was some discussion about what it is that law enforcement was going to be questioning you about in that interview, right?
He didn't mention the guy. He just said our trip out of town.
Okay. Such a coincidence, right? He mentions the trip out of town. You still aren't suspicious. You have still no idea a murder happened. But after he's arrested for not a homicide, just for what?
He was resisting arrest.
You guys are talking about the trip to Tampa.
I mean, not in detail. He just said the trip.
But he wasn't arrested in Tampa, was he? He was arrested in Jacksonville by Duval County Sheriff's officers. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Yes, but I'm saying after they arrested him, he let me know what it was for.
For leaving the scene, right?
No.
So what? Oh, for resisting arrest. Nothing that had to do in the charges of Tampa, right?
No, they left a search warrant and it said the conspiracy thing on there and something else.
Jacksonville, Duval County left the conspiracy and murder charge up there.
I don't know if it was Jacksonville, but it was on one of the papers.
And so that's what led to a conversation of you all being down in Tampa. Is that correct?
Yeah, he just said it was about the trip to Tampa.
So when you testified to this jury that you had no idea why Tampa officers were pulling you in for that interview, you were lying up there on the stand?
It's not what I said. I mean, he didn't go in full detail about what they were coming to about Tampa. He just said the trip in Tampa.
You said you had no idea why these officers.
Ooh, she is grilling hard.
That
Oh my God. You know what she's doing now that I feel like is very smart? She's trying to make the defense questioning look so weak and flawed. So she's literally making it seem as if she just lied to the defense and she's telling the truth to the prosecutors, which is a smart tactic. I'm not going to lie, but damn, bitch.
Interview room. Isn't that what you just testified
because when they came to my house, they were coming for resisting arrest. So I didn't know why Tampa was coming to talk to me.
But that's not what you just said, because you said after the resist charge, before your interview, you and your boyfriend, Isaiah Chance, were talking about what happened in Tampa.
That was way before. I mean, like when he got arrested.
So let's talk about some more lies that you told law enforcement. You said that you could not remember how it was you got through the back door of the Airbnb, right?
I never-
You have any memory issues?
No, I'm not slow.
Overruled, go ahead. I'm sorry, what was the answer?
Any
I said
memory
no.
issues?
I mean, I'm not slow. What do you mean, memory issues?
Well, they're talking to you within a couple of months of you coming to Tampa,
She
right?
is disrespectful.
You don't come to Tampa every day, right?
No.
And you were with your boyfriend at this Airbnb, correct?
Yes.
And you saw those videos of you at this front door. Can you take a look at the photo behind you?
And for
Yes.
the record, what are you showing her?
I'm showing her States Exhibit 60. You recognize this Airbnb?
Yes.
And you saw the other video, State 61, where you are on the Ring camera, right?
Yes.
You're only on that Ring camera entering this front door 2 times, right?
Yeah, I think it was 2 times.
On June 22nd of 2023.
Yes.
And then you are not on that front door Ring camera at all, correct?
No.
And they don't just ask you about the front door. They ask you, you leave 2 times and come back, right?
Yes, I did.
You left and you went to the McDonald's with Davy and Murphy and your boyfriend, Isaiah Chance, right?
Yes.
And you didn't go out this front door and you didn't come back this front door, right?
Right.
Can you take a look at the video, ma'am? We're going to show you how it is you get to the back door of this Airbnb. This is the back door, right? This is how you would have to get in when you're going to the back door, right? You got to walk through this grass pathway. And then open this door, this gate, right? And then it takes you to the sliding glass doors, right?
Yes, ma'am.
They didn't just ask you about the front door. They asked you what door you got in when you came back from the McDonald's, right?
Yes, they did.
And you didn't tell them, if you have nothing to hide, and we're just talking about an Airbnb, you didn't just say, I went through the back door, right?
Yeah, I didn't say that.
You lied, right?
I don't think I answered it.
You said,
No.
and you were with your boyfriend at this Airbnb, correct?
Yes.
And you saw those videos of you at this front door. Can you take a look at the
I want to watch the video again, y'all. One moment.
photo behind you?
And for
Yes.
the record, what are you showing her?
I'm showing her States Exhibit 60. You recognize this Airbnb?
Yes.
And you saw the other video, State 61, where you are on the Ring camera, right?
Yes.
You're only on that Ring camera entering this front door 2 times, right?
Yeah, I think it was 2 times.
On June 22nd of 2023.
Yes.
And then you are not on that front door Ring camera at all, correct?
No.
And they don't just ask you about the front door. They ask you, you leave 2 times and come back, right?
Yes, I did.
You left and you went to the McDonald's with Davy and Murphy and your boyfriend, Isaiah Chance, right?
Yes.
And you didn't go out this front door and you didn't come back this front door, right?
Right.
Can you take a look at the video, ma'am? We're going to show you how it is you get to the back door of this Airbnb. This is the back door, right? This is how you would have to get in when you're going to the back door, right? You got to walk through this grass pathway. And then open this door, this gate, right? And then it takes you to the sliding glass doors, right?
Yes, ma'am.
they didn't just ask you about the front door. They asked you what door you got in when you came back from the McDonald's, right?
Yes, they did.
And you didn't tell them, if you have nothing to hide, and we're just talking about an Airbnb, you didn't just say, I went through the back door, right?
Yeah, I didn't say that.
You lied, right?
I don't think I answered it.
You said, I don't remember.
Yeah, and I probably was aggravated at the time, so.
But it's a lie nonetheless, right?
Yeah.
Because certainly you're not going to make the jury believe that you going through some dark pathway in the middle of the night to leave and then get back is something that you're not going to remember, right?
I mean, not necessarily. Wasn't a big thing to remember that day.
Even though you're being questioned on a first-degree murder charge, you can't even tell them that you just left the back door to go to McDonald's?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. One thing that the prosecution is doing great in this testimony is because she's addressing the jury directly and making sure that the jury is aware that she's a liar, versus the defense, who to me didn't address the jury directly and make her seem like a victim. Because I would have really honed in the fact that this was a controlling motherfucker. Let's say if I'm a lawyer, okay? I'm like the lady on Instagram. I'm not a lawyer, right? I'm not a lawyer, but if I was, I'd make it seem like she was getting abused, used, torn over, twisted up, down, and around. And everything she's told to do, she did. That's what I would do. You get what I'm saying? That's all.
I'm saying I didn't really remember that, so, and I was aggravated, so.
It's a lie. You lied to law enforcement knowing they're investigating a first-degree homicide.
Yeah, but he was just asking me about a back door, so I didn't see any relevance.
So it's okay to lie to law enforcement if you don't think it's relevant, right?
No.
You have no clue what they're planning, right?
No.
You see the two spots here?
Yes.
They're open, right?
Yes, they are.
Where's the Impala?
It's parked on the side.
Where on the side?
In one of the other parking spots they had on the side.
Close to where that back door is, that side parking lot where the back door is?
I don't remember if it was close. I think it was like in the middle.
Okay. They had some bags, right? You have a bag right there.
Yeah, my bad.
So when all of those bags and stuff are unloaded, except for yours, they have.
And I watched an interview, once again, like I said in my previous video, of Julio's mother, and she says she has no clue who these people are. She was like, "Who that girl?" Like, he don't know. She doesn't know the girl and any of the men, and she feels as if it was a paid hit. So yeah.
To go through that back pathway to load all of those heavy guns, right?
I mean, I can't answer that. I didn't see them carried in there.
And you didn't see Davian Murphy in there either, did you?
Not when I first got there, no.
But eventually you did see him, right?
Yes, later on.
States Exhibit 38A. So again, you saw him at the Airbnb.
Yes.
He's staying at the Airbnb.
I mean, if you consider that staying.
You lied to law enforcement about there being any other individual at that Airbnb other than you, Isaiah Chance, and his little brother, right?
Yeah, I didn't answer anything about the other people.
So that's a lie, right, ma'am? You lied to them about Davian Murphy, a member of 1200 or an associate of 1200, being at that Airbnb.
Yeah, I didn't want to answer anything about them, so I didn't.
Girl, you should have said, "I didn't lie. I didn't omit the truth." And then she would have been like, "That's a lie." I would have been like, "I did not omit the truth." Be like, "That's a lie." I would have been like, "I did not omit the truth. Thank you." Like, bitch, you're not finna gag me. She did lie, though. You lied.
Answer.
Also, not relevant, right?
I mean, I wouldn't know, so.
36A. You don't know who this is, right?
At the time I didn't, but I do now.
You rode in a car with him for 3.5 hours, right?
Yes, I also went to sleep. I didn't really look at him like
See, that was the boy that I told y'all had no business being involved in nothing. Bitch, you could be doing fashion modeling for Boohoo Man, Fashion Nova. One thing about me, I'm not tall, y'all. I look good in the shade, but I'm not tall. Models, they like I'm tall. You feel me? So if I had a little height on me, bitch, it'd be over for you niggas. Oh God.
that.
You have been to his house for a barbecue. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Yes,
He was introduced to you by your boyfriend of over 3 years of his second family, right?
yeah.
He introduced you to all of his family members, right?
I didn't say all of the family members.
You said he introduced you at that barbecue and said, "This is my second family," right?
Yes, but I don't know if that's his real family members.
So you're suggesting to this jury that when you are being introduced by your boyfriend to his second family, that he posed some fake people next to him?
I'm saying I don't know if he was talking about everybody that was standing there. Could have been talking about particular people.
But certainly Sean Gathright was there, right?
Yes, ma'am, he was there.
And he's one of the people he's saying, "This is my second family," right?
No, he said little brother to him.
Part of his family. And then the rest of the people was his second family, right?
Yeah, he considered them second family.
And you care about Isaiah Chance?
I did.
And you would have us believe that after he introduced you to his little brother, his second family, you went off in some second room and never looked at his face?
I didn't go off to the second room. I just got a plate and went back to the car.
You hid in the car, right?
Yeah, I don't really talk much, so I got back in the car.
Oh, so you never had a conversation with him?
No, I just said hey and bye.
And you can't tell that this person in 36A is the same person in 36B?
I mean, at the time, it didn't really look like him. I just glanced at the picture. I said no.
And in the entire 3.5 car ride, you never looked at his face either?
I'm not staring him down, so I mean, no.
And at the entire time that you're at the Airbnb with him, you never looked at his face or had one conversation with him?
I didn't have a conversation with him, but I maybe glanced.
You were walking next to Isaiah Chance at Teasers. You were walking next to him at that parking lot when he was at Truth 18. I'm not going to play the videos again. You saw that. You guys were walking right next to him.
If you consider that right next to him, yes.
Some points you were a little behind him. Is that correct?
Yes.
And some points you were right next to him. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And there were points when he has that phone, your phone, up to his ear.
Yeah, at certain points.
And at one point, when he has it up to his ear.
No shade. I just did me a little searching. That Teasers Club do not look tea. Oh my. Girl. Sorry. This isn't funny, you guys. It's really not. But like, whoa. This is what y'all advertising? Like, she wouldn't even make it on the cabaret. Justin would tear her apart. This is crazy. Oh my. Let me get back, y'all. I'm sorry. I got a little curious, child. I never been to Teasers. Okay, I've heard about it, but I've never been or seen it.
He has to give it to you so you can do what?
Put the code in. That was at the first club.
And that's right. Put the call in, right? There is a call that is happening. And
I said the code.
The code. But there is a call happening. He's actually on the phone, right?
At the first club, he attempts to make a call, yeah.
Attempts, right? It's literally up to his ear.
Yeah, I don't think it went through.
Oh, because you're right next to him. You would know, right?
No, I mean, he didn't say anything, so that's why I said I don't think it went through.
And at some point, he hands it to you so you can do what?
I mean, I didn't put the code back in after that.
Just the one time?
Yes.
It didn't go off any other time that you were with him from the entire time to Teasers, to Truth 18?
I mean, later on, I think, yeah. At the next club, Yeah.
What about in the car?
No, and the car was still unlocked.
And you never heard him utter one word on that phone while you were next to him in the parking lot at Teasers?
Teaser's just the first club, right?
Yes, ma'am.
No, he didn't say anything.
And he never said one thing the entire time when you guys are sitting in that parking lot at Teasers at the same point when Charles Jones is there.
He said something, but he didn't say anything about him.
What did he say?
He just was saying how all the people were just standing there, standing around.
He never had one phone call?
I mean, he tried to call. I don't know. Again, I don't know if he went through.
I'm going to show you State's Exhibit number 94C1. You see this when he's on the phone actually sharing a live location with Sean Gathright that's occurring at 2 a.m. You see that?
Yes, ma'am.
He does that multiple times. So he has your phone a lot in that car, right?
Yes.
And so anytime there's inactivity on the phone, you got to do what for him?
Unlock it, but he never locked it back. If he didn't respond, he just went and got on something else.
He doesn't lock the phone, right? That's something that happens automatically based on time, right?
Yes.
When that phone locks up in the parking lot, it's not because he locked it. It's because there's a timing mechanism on your iPhone that makes it go dark, right?
I mean, yeah, but the first time he got the car, it's my phone. He stops me and asks for it, so it's not unlocked when he asks for it.
And then at some point, he starts texting NIGGA, pick up the FNO. He says that he doesn't text it just once at 2:31. He sends this text again at 2:31 and 24 seconds. So he wants somebody to pick up that effing phone. Are you claiming when he's texting that, he's not saying anything to you?
No, not about that.
Do you see him desperately going like this?
No, not like he rushing. He just regular typing.
He just casually texts,
Yes.
pick up the effing phone twice.
Yeah.
And that was something that if he had done it very erratically, you would have noticed, right?
Yeah, but he wasn't.
That might have tipped you off that something pretty important was happening, right?
I mean, if you say so.
So he's just casually typing that in.
Oh,
And then
man.
he's sharing the location again later, 2 hours later. But after this exchange, he never gets a phone call. There's no conversation in that car.
I don't remember him having a conversation there.
But he's not sending one other text after he desperately texts that twice, right?
I don't think he did.
You don't think, or you're not willing to tell us?
I don't really remember what he texts, so.
And you don't remember or him hearing him have any conversation in that car?
Not right there, no.
And you remember Detective Ramos when he was sitting next to you and he was kind of acting out what he thought happened after he saw the video footage and some of the messaging, that he's right next to you in that car and he's saying, he's sitting this close to you, right? He's in the driver's seat, right?
Yes.
And you are in the passenger seat, right?
Yeah.
Remember that exchange? And he kind of imitates and acts out, hey, get here, get here. He's going into the club now. You better get here now. That you're claiming something like that never happened.
No, I told you what he said.
Okay.
Only time he said something was when he flipped the camera and said it was packed. And where y'all at?
Do you also remember? Oh, so now they said where you're all at, right?
I'm talking about when he took the picture on the screenshot. That's what I said he said.
Okay. Did you know who he was talking to?
I mean, no, but I assumed it was his friends.
Do you remember when law enforcement specifically asked you about the black Chevy Impala?
Yes, ma'am.
That black Chevy Impala happened to be at the Home to Suites, correct?
I mean, yeah, but at the time I didn't know that.
You didn't see the black Chevy Impala when your boyfriend was circling around the parking lot, not once, but twice?
No, I didn't see that car.
That was a car that you had written down to Jacksonville with Sean Gathright, right?
Yeah.
And you didn't recognize that car in the parking lot?
I mean, I'm not gonna know if it's them though. I don't know if it's them.
So just a coincidence that you happen to be at Home to Suites, right?
I mean, I'm not driving, so I can't tell you why he went there.
You got out of the vehicle with Isaiah Chance at both of those clubs, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said on your direct examination that you went up to the bouncers, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a lie, right?
I wasn't referring to those clubs. I was referring to Players Club.
The detectives never mentioned the Players Club to you in that interview, right?
No, he showed me a video of a parking lot, so I just assumed it was that club.
He showed you the video of the two of you walking out of that club, correct?
No, he showed me a parking lot, the first video when I said that.
He also
She
showed
is trying her best to make her look like a liar, and it's starting to work a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you, because it's poking holes in her story, so she can't even look like a victim.
you Julio, is that correct?
He did.
At the front door.
I believe he did.
And they specifically asked you at Teasers and at Truth 18, the two clubs that you went to, whether or not you had talked to the bouncers, right?
I think he did ask me.
And you said that you had spoken to them at both and that the price was too high, correct?
Again, I was talking about Players Club. I had the clubs mixed up at the time. I didn't know the names, and I didn't say specifically that. I said I talked to the bouncer, the guys that be at the front door.
And there's no video footage at Players Club, right?
No.
Overruled if she knows.
I said no.
You know that there's no video footage at Players, right?
I mean, if he would have investigated it, he would have found it probably.
Oh.
And there is
Well, excuse me, Alicia. Let me tell you, that Alicia, that's how I know she was involved. She got a lot of nerve, okay? Like, that nerve is something nasty. She done said they should have did some better investigation. She done said that basically her being there is pointless. She done said that the boy was just trying to talk to her, was looking at her because she cute. Like, she got nerve, baby. I'm like, damn.
video footage at Teasers and Truth 18, correct?
Yeah, because that's all the detective went and looked for.
And you admit that you never went to any of the bouncers at Truth 18, right?
No, again, when I bring up the bouncers, I was referring to Players Club.
So you and your boyfriend on your reconciliation trip just went to walk in the parking lot of Teasers, right?
Teasers is the first club?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all you did, right? You just walked in the parking lot. You didn't even come close to the front door.
I mean, yeah, we were standing there, but it's his decision. He didn't want to go in there, so.
And you have no say in the matter on your reconciliation trip, whether or not you actually get to go into the club?
I mean, I didn't have an issue with it. If he didn't want to go, he didn't want to go.
So you're just happy on this trip to get back together with just walking in the parking lot?
I wouldn't say that.
Well, then you go to the second club, Truth 18. That's the club with the second story on the second floor.
Yes, ma'am.
And that same thing happens. You just walk in the parking lot, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm following him.
Yeah. You don't even really walk up to the door. And it's at the same point when Charles Jones is at that location.
I mean, I didn't know he was there, so.
But you're okay just walking in the parking lot, right?
No, actually, I was irritated. I didn't really care to go in that one. He chose the last club. After he took me to 2 locations, we didn't go anywhere. At that point, I am aggravated, so.
Well, you said they didn't go in because it was packed, right?
That's what he said.
Well, there was, at the time when you're walking on that video, there aren't tons of people in that parking lot, right?
It was people parked on the side as well.
You don't even walk up those stairs to see how many people are inside, right?
We went by how many cars are outside.
Oh, so that's the definition of how a car is, or how a club is packed, by the cars, right?
I mean, to young people, yeah.
You said the next morning that that Isaiah Chance, the one time he did come in, it was to what, so you could look at his outfit, give an outfit check?
Yeah, he was showing me various outfits, laying on the bed. He said, should he put back on what he had on because he didn't take any pictures? And that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, because he cares how he looks like, right?
Sometimes.
He got into a war with Foolio online because Foolio was making fun of him wearing fake designer clothes, right?
I didn't know of that.
You had no idea about that?
No.
But he is doing an outfit check with you because he's concerned about it, right?
I mean, not really. He just saying, what do you think I should wear? Like a regular person.
And the two of you, you said you're going clubbing, right?
I mean, supposed to be.
Right. And how do you normally dress up when you go clubbing?
I mean, this will be our second time going clubbing, so he wears whatever he wants to wear. When I go, I just wear whatever I want to wear.
You just kind of said that he's very controlling about what you wear on your direct examination.
Yeah, at times.
And as a young woman, when you go clubbing, you get dressed up, right?
Yeah.
In fact, on your phone, you had hundreds of photographs on your phone and videos of yourself, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Times when you went out with friends, times when you were with girls, and just times when you were having photographs done, right?
Yeah.
And on the day that you two are going clubbing, because that's the purpose, right? Going clubbing, right? Going out and having fun.
I mean, that was kind of last minute, so yeah.
Did you see what he was wearing? He was wearing, it's June in Tampa, right?
Yeah.
He was wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt with the hoodie all the way pulled up and a COVID mask
Okay.
to go clubbing.
Yeah, he don't really go out, so I don't know what he would typically wear.
And you were wearing what?
I put on a jean jacket. I think I had on the blue pants and a regular shirt.
Is that how you normally go when you're going out for a night on the town to go clubbing?
I mean, no. Eventually, when I first arrived, I had a dress on, but once I realized other people were there, I took that off. So what you see me wearing is what I had on to McDonald's, and we stayed in the car, so I didn't go change. So I mean, I just kept what I had on.
Because when you go clubbing,
If she was smart, she would have used the defense of, oh, I dress that way because he doesn't like me showing a lot of skin. That's why we would get into it a lot of the times also. Remember when I said we got into it over me trying to advertise myself? Well, me showing skin, he feels like I'm advertising myself. So that's why I couldn't wear the dress I was planning on wearing. Like, girl, if you try to get out of trouble, bitch, talk. I know you can't say like long answers, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could still say a little something.
normally look like 75 C9, right? Like to get dressed up, wear a nice dress, right?
Correction, I'm not clubbing in that. I'm out of town with my family.
Okay. And where are you going when you go out of town with your family?
Nowhere, I just put that on and take a picture.
Okay. But there are literally photo after photo, Instagram video after Instagram video of you going out with your friends, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're not dressed in a jean jacket and what, were they sweatpants or?
No, they're just regular pants.
And when law enforcement asked you about Gutta, and I think the defense attorney played that for you, again, you specifically asked them, why are they calling him that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said that you are just surprised because they're law enforcement and you feel that they should be talking about his real name or mentioning him by his real name, right?
I mean, I didn't mean it like that. I'm saying I would have thought they would have came in a different way. We're starting the interview and you just say, oh, Gutta. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm just confused.
But you didn't say what. You said, why do you call him that, right?
Yeah, that was my response. When I'm saying in my head, I'm thinking like, why are two detectives coming to me saying a nickname? Like, what is this about?
And then they laughed and then they said, do you or you don't call him Gutta? And you shook your head no, right?
No, I don't call him that.
And it wasn't just you shaking your head no. You said, that's not a thing, right?
I mean, it's not a thing for me to call him that. That's what I meant.
But you just said, that's not a thing.
I said it's not a thing or something.
I'm going to show you state's exhibit number. And Gutta, that's his rap name. That's the name that he uses for the gang, right? For those drill rap videos he makes. Gutta,
I
Gutta
wouldn't
Man.
necessarily say a drill name. It's just a nickname on Instagram.
But it's something you know, and you do call him that, don't you?
No, I don't call him that.
You just have it tattooed on your body, right? You have it tattooed down the middle of your chest, gutta, right?
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am, I do.
girl. I'm gagging. This prosecutor is getting her. Oh my God. Damn. You know you can't lie about something that's tattooed. That bitch, you gotta go through pain to get that. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a picture, bitch. That shit's on your body permanently. Oh my. She got her, I ain't gonna lie. She got her. She got her. She got her down.
And that's not the only place. I'm also going to show you States Exhibit 75G. It's there. It's a long tattoo, and it goes all the way down your chest, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're familiar that he calls himself Gutta.
Yeah.
And despite the fact that you have that tattoo on your body, you have never referred to him as Gutta?
No, I still call him by Zay.
That's not the only place on your body that you have that Gutta tattoo, is it?
No, I have another one behind my ear.
I'm going to show you State 75C11. That's it right there. So
Yes.
not once, twice,
Yes, ma'am.
referencing Isaiah Chance,
Yeah.
someone who you're no longer in a relationship, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it wasn't a lie to law enforcement when you said that you don't call him that.
No, it wasn't a lie.
Senator, may I have one moment?
Yes.
At the time when that photo, you said your Isaiah Chance took that photo in the parking lot of Truth 18?
Yes, ma'am.
That is, at that timing, that is when Charles Jones and his party are still up on that second floor. And you're saying you never saw that?
No, I didn't look up there.
Where are you looking at?
I mean, at him.
And you're looking at him taking the photo?
I don't think I was.
What?
I don't think I was. I seen the picture after because it's in my phone.
Are you looking at him when the photo was taken, or are you not looking at him?
I don't think I was.
So what are you looking at?
I think I was looking at him.
At
Not like physically like what he's doing. I'm just sitting there just staring.
You're not looking at the club that you're supposed to be going to?
I can't remember if I was or not.
Okay. Well, you said that you can tell if a club is packed based on the cars in the parking lot, right?
Yeah, but we were parked on the other side. It was more cars.
Right, because there were parking spots available in Truth 18, right?
I don't remember that.
You could have driven through the parking lot and not even got out of the car if you could tell a club is packed just on the parking spots, right?
I mean, that's not my decision. Again, he's driving. So
No. You said how young people determine whether or not a car or a club is packed.
And now she's trying to use her own words against her. I'm telling this prosecutor, she's eating it up. The beginning, I was kind of weary, but now she's eating it up because she's making her look like a liar.
By the parking lot, right?
yes, ma'am.
Both at Truth 18 and Teasers, there were cars in that parking lot. You didn't need to get out of the car to go up to the door to know that Teasers was packed, right?
Yeah, it was. But again, it's not my issue with the back places. This is.
Well, what the issue is, you keep on giving us another reason why it is that you're in that parking lot. You understand that, ma'am?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just following him.
No, you said that you believe that you didn't go in because it's packed, right?
Yes, because that's what he said.
And you don't have to go into the club itself to know it's packed because of the parked cars in the parking lot, right, ma'am?
That's what I said. I don't know what he's thinking, though.
When you are at teasers, you guys have to go around more than once to park because you can't find a parking spot, right?
Yeah, and then we see somebody coming out, so he just waited.
So it didn't matter that it's so packed, you gotta wait for a parking spot to open up?
Well, we did get out, but I mean, all the people in the front, that's when he decided he didn't want to go in.
So it's not the parked cars in the parking lot that tells you the club is packed.
It is, but I'm saying once you seen all the people up there and nobody was going in, he changed his mind.
Judge, I don't have anything further.
Okay, redirect.
She is sick, bitch. She said, I'm sick of this bitch. Okay, here's the thing. The prosecution to me had a weak start, but a very great ending. I think the ending made her look like a liar. I think the ending poked some holes in her story. I think what Alicia did wrong towards the ending of being questioned by the prosecution is that she did not, to me, narrate and hone in the point that she was an abuse victim. I think that would have really helped in the case and may have made her innocent with both charges. Now, they did reach a verdict. So the verdict ended up being this. So she was found guilty of manslaughter, of murder, of first degree murder, and then she was found not guilty of conspiracy to commit murder. So once again, I feel like she got kind of good. She got off good, in my opinion, because I do think she knew everything that was going on. Like, it's no shade. Like, I ain't finna go out of town and not be knowing who the fuck I'm gonna be around. What the fuck we really finna be doing? Like, what car we going? Like, we're gonna side like that. Like, no shade. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm gonna have to know the details. So for her to act like she didn't know anything is like that's pure bullshit. So to me, she got off real good because the max, she still will be getting out if she even at least gets the max sentencing. She's like getting out in her 30s. So it's like you're still gonna be kind of pretty young, but bitch, you need to leave for an ASAP, like on God. Anyways, you guys, let me know what you guys think about her testimony. Do you guys feel as if the prosecution or the jury did, or the defense did a better job? And also, what did you guys think of the verdict? Let me know what y'all think, and we out, y'all.